Hey everyone, Steve here for Who Took My Dice Miniature Wargaming. Today on Primaris Marines, this episode we're going to be talking about the Hellblaster Squad, as well as the other three models that are in the Dark Imperium starter set. So Hellblaster Squad, the two Primaris Marine Lieutenants, and of course the Primaris Marine Ancient. Excuse me. So first off to the Hellblaster Squad. Now this is probably one of my favorite squads of these new Primaris Marines. One, because who doesn't love a whole squad filled with plasma weaponry? But also because it's kind of a throwback, much like the Intercessor squads, to the way that the old legions used to work. Now, for instance, the Intercessor squad is nothing but bolter rifles, right? Much like the old tactical squads, the legions were nothing but Marines with bolters for the most part. Unless you were world eaters and had chain axes or the space wolves. But for the most part, it was only just one weapon option. Hellblaster Squad. So these guys, we'll dive into them now. These guys are pretty much exactly the same as your standard Intercessor Squad. Same profile right across the board. They're all armed with the Plasma Incinerator. So that's the new version there for them. A bolt pistol, frag, and crack grenades. They're a heavy support choice, right? They've got the little symbol for the blast there, and they're 10 power. So pretty much double that of a standard tactical squad, right? So you have the 4 Hellblasters and the Hellblaster Sergeant. What's really cool here is when you get into the weapons. Now the Plasma Incinerator I think is a fantastic weapon, and it also gives us our first look at what this edition's version of It Gets Hot is going to be. And it's actually really, really cool because, once again, it follows the trend of giving some more tactical options to players, but also there's an increased risk beyond what we have now. So we'll get to a second. So Plasma Incinerator is range 30, Incinerator, sorry. It's rapid fire 1, so you get 1 shot at full range or 2 at half. It's strength 7, AP minus 4, so there's not a lot that's going to get an armor saving against this, and damage 1. Now here's the ability. This is where it gets really cool. So before you fire, you can decide to supercharge the weapon. If you do, strength and damage are increased by 1 for that turn. So it becomes a strength 8 damage to weapon, which is really nasty because you can start roasting pretty much anything. You can take out Terminators, Dreadnoughts, you can put a world of hurt on even the big vehicles, which is really, really nice. Here's where the risk is, where it's different. So you can fire this normally and have no risk. There's no more, oh, I rolled a 1, I got to take an armor save. It's worse than that now. So if you supercharge and you roll a 1 to hit, the model's dead. The plasma weapon explodes and you're dead. Right? So if you decide to do it with this Hellblaster Squad and you roll a couple 1s, there's 2 models going bye-bye. Right? The model's just dead. That's it. There's no armor save. There's no getting around. It's no just 1 wound. They're dead. Which is going to be pretty nasty. But that's cool. So that is, I guess, the new It Gets Hot for this edition, right? Again, you have the option now. So if things are getting really bad or there's a big vehicle coming your way and you have this Plasma Incinerator, and I've actually seen some other plasma weapons, they have the same role. You can actually try and take that risk of, I might lose some guys, but I can really put a hurt on this Land Raider or this Knight or what have you, right? Just do a whole ton of wounds and maybe reduce its effectiveness and have a chance of dealing with it. Bolt pistol, frag, and crack grenades are all still the same. The abilities they have is, and they shall know no fear, in Space Marine chapters. I'm not sure what the Space Marine chapters do know what, and they shall know no fear does now. And it's really, really simple compared to what it does now, which is fine because it matches the simplicity and potential deadliness of a morale test. Basically, the Marines get to re-roll a failed morale test. That doesn't seem like a lot. When I looked at it, I thought for a second, that's not really a lot for what they have now with auto regroup, but that's gone, obviously. But it's huge. It potentially turns a horrible loss. You say you take a real pounding in 1 turn, and you have multiple casualties, and you're thinking, I might not make it. It could turn it from losing more guys to making that heroic stand and continue fighting, which is exactly what Space Marines are supposed to do. The faction keywords are Imperium, Adeptus Astartes, chapter, so whatever chapter you're using, and the keywords are Infantry, Primaris, and Hellblaster Squad. So I don't know if in the rules they're gonna have stuff that's just for Primaris, or I'm sure there's special rules that are just for infantry that'll focus on keywords. This is a lot like Age of Sigmar again, where keywords are what allow you to buff certain units. So that's a Hellblaster Squad. I really like these guys. It's really cool. I love the throwback to the way the old Legion squads. It's insanely deadly. It could be even deadlier, but the risk, and I do like that risk reward thing. It's much more rewarding than before, but also much riskier. So again, it's a tactical option and one that some generals are going to have to struggle with. Do I want to do more damage but risk losing my guys, or just do a good amount of damage? So yeah, so then we're going to go on to the other guys. Now, I haven't seen a data slates for a lot of these guys. There's the 2 lieutenants there. There's one that's armed with a bolt pistol and a power sword. And the other one seems to be armed with a bolt pistol and a bolter rifle that has a drum feed instead of the normal sickle magazine. So it's obviously which one is which. Obviously, the one with the power weapon, he's made for chopping through infantry. With -3 AP, you're going to be cutting through lots and lots of stuff. And then, from what I understand about the bolter rifle, it's actually an auto bolter rifle, an automatic one. So I haven't seen the stats for that, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be rapid fire 2 or 3, just have extra shots at a longer range, which is perfect. I'm not sure what they're going to buff, if anything, if they have something like the Rights of Battle, like the Captain Corvix armor has. But obviously, one's obviously to help boost your close combat attack. The other ones are there to help boost shooting. And then you have the Ancient. Now, I've seen this a lot on a lot of different posts. I found absolutely hilarious. People go, well, if he's new, if these are new Marines, how's he Ancient? Like, how's he so old? And I guess people don't understand that Ancient isn't actually an indication of the Marine's age, right? He's not ancient, obviously. And the other thing is, while Primaris Marines, a lot of them have probably been built from scratch, some, as I said in some of the fluff I've seen, is they can actually take a standard Marine and upgrade him. If you see the picture, they put out some stuff. He's got the white helmet, which indicates veteran status. He's got the laurels on one shoulder pad, which indicates that he's a standard bearer. But an Ancient is actually a rank. It's a designation within the chapter. I mean, if you look at the Ultramarines, the oldest Ultramarine is Cassius. There is no one older than him outside of, someone in one of the dreadnought sarcophaguses. It's actually a designation of rank. He's the chapter Ancient. It doesn't mean that he's old himself. I'm not sure what that banner's going to do. Obviously, there's probably going to be a radius, maybe 6, maybe 12 inches, I don't know. Probably something along the lines of, better morale, reroll morale, or I should say better leadership, reroll morale, maybe extra attacks, I don't know. There may be other options there. Obviously, we haven't seen everything. But yeah, so that is the remainder of the box. It's really, really cool. I'm liking these Primaris Marines. I love the armor, because it just seems like the next natural progression that power armor would go through. I love the armor that the Captain and the Interceptor squads have. I just think it's nice, big, bulky. It does what's supposed to do. It's not quite Terminator armor, but it does raise their toughness. The Intercessor squads look awesome. The Hellblaster squad is fantastic. I think Games Workshop has just outdone themselves with these models. I absolutely love them. I think they're fantastic. They're great. So I'm going to wrap that up there, guys. I am going to be doing soon. There'll be another video today. Hopefully at some point. We'll be looking at some of the Nurgle stuff that's coming up, but I'll get to that later. So, as always, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and please subscribe if you haven't. Always love to see my YouTube community here grow. It means the world to me. It really, really does, and I appreciate each and every one of you who's signed on, who's followed me through this journey. And as always, guys, until next time, keep rolling those dice. See you later.